Adam and Eve's part, when I read that, one thing, when you're talking about some supreme intelligence, if you look at the word Adam, for example, Adam, A-D-A-M, and transpose the word Adam, looking at it from right to left, you come up with the word Ma-da, Adam, Ma-da. And when you look at some of the first sounds that the baby makes, it says Ma-da, the feminine and the masculine energy. So as this first being, this one thing we have to, this thing, I think when we look at things from a limited perspective, we look at things, well, which one was first, the man or the woman? When you dealing with a supreme being, I'm talking about a being that, I just said supreme being. If I were to put up this finger first, and then this finger first, that's something I can do. A supreme being, and it's not a problem. It's like saying you got a magnet and the South Pole came first, then the North Pole. Because once again, we're trying to understand the magnitude of a source that is so unlimited that when we look at, if I would ask us to draw a picture, you're going to start at a point and then start drawing. He said, oh, we can start. But when you're talking about a supreme being, it just shows up. When they start talking about which came first, the chicken and egg, supreme being brings chicken and eggs in together. Because once you understand the vibration of a thing, it's easy to do. But when you're looking back and you have a limited understanding as to what you're looking at, you start trying to find a point where, well, this had to be the point, and that's when this world stumps the science to this day. They still don't know which one came first. You bring 10 chickens and 5 eggs in at the same time. You don't have to sit there and wait. Once you understand I just say once again, the magnitude of a being. And that's why I say, then this being with this magnitude, God, when we start saying, like, we'll say something like, well, God did this. You tell me in this being that is omnipotent, what job would it get out of making a damn planet? What job would it get out of making a Milky Way? What job would it get out of making anything? It gets joy out of stepping into you and me and allowing us to go, oh, yeah, we say, oh, hell, I did that. And let me see what it takes to get closer with it. That's where the power comes in, and this is what the understand that we're going to come at the fullness of time. Because once again, the way football works, our ancestors had to be so wise that in order to get a pass in football, you can't throw a straight line pass. You got to throw something with an arc to it. So the Bible has parables in that arc because it's designed to make it over the intended receiver. It's designed to make it to the intended receiver. So when you see the Bible talking in parables, and look at the origin or the etymology of the word parable, it comes from the word parabolic, parabola. So when you see things with an arc to it, the Bible going over the head of a lot of people. That's why a lot of people don't like the Bible. I'm telling you this: when you reading the Bible is reading you, and it will hold back certain secrets from those who have certain malice in their heart. Because in quantum physics, they tell you that the observer brings disturbance to the very thing that they're looking at. So the Bible will look at you. Oh, okay, you want to do this with the Bible, huh? I'll hold back my secret. So he's looking for the pure heart, so the pure heart can develop and start cultivating what the Bible really wants the people to be, which are the sons of God. Because you're going to have sons of God and sons of perdition. That's what a warfare is. You're going to have these other forces that's listening on a lower level where the sons of God, I'm going to tell you something, when you become a son of God, this weaponry that they have, it really won't be anything because all of this stuff is based on electromagnetism. And when you understand that you are an electromagnetic being and can influence that, man, that's when there's been such a campaign to make sure that right information don't come into us. Because when right information comes into us, we start increasing our vibration. And that movie like on X-Men, oh, that stuff has some validity. So they, once again, the last thing they want is for us to come to what's called higher truth, because they don't want our imagination expanding as to what our potential is. And so that's when I say, that's when we get in love with this person named Jesus Christ, Yahshua, the Hebrew Messiah, because he come and does something, and we start, well, that ain't possible for a man to do. Man, do you understand how that quantum world works? When you start talking about faith, for example, why it becomes and that's where you got to sometimes go beyond law. Because when you stick with law, law can kind of stifle what your true potential is. Because according to laws, like the law of gravity, the law of water, you know, these laws can limit you, but if you have to go beyond law and influence reality at another level, then that potential, nobody could do it like we could. I was saying this earlier about cultural conditioning. We have been culturally conditioned to see black a certain way. That cultural conditioning of seeing black synonymous with darkness is the thing that stops us from being able to unite. You cannot unite with darkness. So that's when I try to get us to understand that blackness is light. And they use this kind of light like in the hospital. Like if they're treating cancer, they're going to use what's called this magnetic resonance energy. And because light has the ability to destroy things, and that's what I'm saying. If we know that we're light beings, we can destroy this world of abnormality of what's called white supremacy. But we have to understand who we are. And that's what this world's been holding back from. Well, I won't say it's holding back. We gave them permission to hold it back until what's called the end of a cycle.
So when you said that